This is unforced error week for both the Republicans and the Democratic parties. On the Republican side of the aisle, you have this whole Epstein kerfuffle and the Epstein files, which is a classic example of the Republicans, particularly Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and others, raising the specter that they were ready to release the Epstein file list and contained salacious info. The MAGA base got all riled up by it and they were ready to go. And then unsigned memo from the Department of Justice comes out and says that there is no Epstein list. So of course, MAGA base begins clamoring for the MAGA list. The Democrats, and probably the first adept thing politically that they've done in at least the last 6 months, are fanning the flames. Now they say it's a cover-up, or we want to see the Epstein file list. Why are the Republicans hiding potential pedophiles? It's a no-win situation, especially if the list doesn't exist, or if they have to release, they being the Republicans, have to release grand jury testimony, which is largely kept secret because it's grand jury testimony and it can implicate people who weren't actually convicted or have done anything wrong. The second unforced error, and this one unfortunately inures to the Democrats' disadvantage, is Hunter Biden. The last thing that the Democrats want to talk about these days is Joe Biden, especially on the 1-year anniversary of the most spectacular debate flameout in American presidential debating history. Hunter Biden goes on a 3-hour podcast and proceeds to, in a explicative-filled diatribe, go after George Clooney, go after James Carville, go after David Plouffe, go after basically everybody who abandoned his father. And then he goes on another explicative-laden tirade talking about illegal immigrants and how they need to be, basically chastising anybody who doesn't support unfettered illegal immigration into this country. Completely throws the Democratic Party off message when the Democrats just want Joe Biden to go quietly into the night. So in my business, we call these unforced errors. And as they say, if your opponent is digging a hole, don't offer him a ladder. I think that the Epstein file will be around for longer than the Hunter Biden tirade, but it remains to be seen as Congress has now escaped town for the August recess. What do you think? Which unforced error is worse, the Epstein files or the Hunter Biden tirade? I'd love to know. Hit me up. Let me know your thoughts.